Hello friends, welcome to Mahipaladi's GK House. Today we are going to discuss wide-ranging current affairs like QS World University Rankings of 2022, Surakshit Hum Surakshitum Abhiyan, that is related to aspirational districts and the COVID-related problems, Operation Pangea, which is launched by Interpol, supersonic aeroplane, which is going to be procured by America, and United Nations Security Council endorses the appointment of the Secretary General, 20 reforms in the 2020, which is related to the Ministry of Defense. IIT Madras hosted Asia's first workshop on memory studies, and lastly, India's membership into United Nations Economic and Social and Cultural Council. Okay, right. So we are going to discuss the first topic, which is related to QS World University Rankings of 2022. And in the QS World University Rankings, Massachusetts Institute of Technology of the US ranked for the first rank, and it got recorded as first university or top university for the 10th consecutive year. Okay, and Oxford University got the second rank for the first time since the year 2006, and Stanford University of United States and University of Cambridge shared the third spot. Okay, coming to the Asian institutions, Singapore National University and Nanyang Technological University and China's Tsinghua University as well as Peking University are the only Asian universities in the global top 20. Of course, there are some allegations against this particular QS World University rankings that there are certain manipulations in the favor of the Western countries. So let us discuss what are the universities and institutes got a rank in this particular QS World Universities ranking. And coming to the ranking, Indian Institute of Bombay had ranked top university in this particular QS ranking from India. Okay, and second rank is shared by Delhi IIT, and Indian Institute of Science for the first time secured the top research rank, top rank in the category of indicator of the most citations per faculty. Of course, in one category, it got the recognition, and Jawaharlal Nehru University featured for the first time in the QS World University ranking list. It is among the top 600 universities in the world. Okay, so this is what the status of QS rankings from India. Okay, then coming to other important issues like Surakshit Hum Surakshit Tum Abhiyan. Of course, let us have some discussion regarding what are the measures from India in order to make the Indian universities in the global standards. So there was a scheme like IOE, Institutions of Eminence. This was a scheme launched by the Union government in order to upgrade at least 10 universities from 10 institutes from the private sector and 10 institutes from the government sector, public sector. Okay, this is what the scheme. And second one is uh, Uchatar Avishkar Abhiyan, Uchatar Avishkar Abhiyan or Uchatar Avishkar Yojana, which is the scheme to promote the innovation of the higher order in the institutions. Likewise, the government of India is trying to make sure the institutions must get the eminence even through the national education policy of 2020. Okay, so whereby which targets India to make India as a global knowledge superpower. Okay, these are the ambitions as far as the government of India is concerned. Okay, then coming to this program Surakshit Hum Surakshit Tum Abhiyan. Actually, this campaign is launched under Niti Aayog and also Pyramid Foundation. So, which is a driver to assist the administration in providing the care and support to the COVID-19 patients in the states where the health sector is in the bad shape. Okay, and most of these districts are located in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, as well as the Maharashtra. And coming to this program, this particular program is going to be launched with the cooperation of the NGOs, volunteers, and this program has to be steered by the district magistrates. These are the leaders for this particular scheme, and a lot of volunteers, lot of people will be trained under this particular program, where they will be trained in the protocols regarding the COVID, and also psychological as well as the social support that must be given to this particular um, people in these particular areas. And as far as this particular aspiration district program is concerned, this is the program which is focusing upon 49 indicators, and especially in the 5 identified areas, thematic areas we can say, like health and education, okay, like agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion, and also basic infrastructure. Likewise, there are certain 5 areas: health, nutrition, education, agriculture and water resources, financial inclusion, and basic infrastructure. These are the areas where this aspirational district program is being focusing upon. And there will be collaborations under this particular program, aspirational district program, between collaboration between district, state as well as the center. Okay, all the officials will be coordinated in order to make sure these 112 aspirational districts must be developed in this particular 5 critical areas. Okay, right. Coming to Operation Pangea. So Operation Pangea is actually launched by Interpol. This is the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol. And this particular Operation Pangea focuses upon prevention of sale of fake medicine and products online. We can see a lot of fake medicines and products are being sold on the online platforms. Okay, even in the TVs also a lot of wrong advertisements are coming. So this particular under this particular scheme, under this particular banner, the Interpol is targeting almost all 1.10 lakh web links. Okay, what are the fake web links which are there in the internet? These are being targeted by this particular international criminal police organization that is called Interpol. Okay, it was launched in the year 2008 for the first time, and from India, the nodal agency or the representative agency is CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation. So, which is very good initiative from the Interpol. Okay, right. So, coming to other important current affair, supersonic commercial plane. So, United States airline, okay, had announced that it is going to procure 15 new supersonic airlines. Okay, so these supersonic airlines or supersonic aircrafts, these will be going the speed more than that of the sound. So that's why these are called supersonic. So what is the speed? That is, the speed is Mach 1.7. Mach 1.7. So previously there was a airline called Boom Overture. Okay, previously, of course, there was a first airline which had traveled with the sound speed, that was called Concorde, which is from the UK. Okay, so it was operated between 1976 to 2003. So this is the first airline. Okay, after this, in America is going to run this particular airline. Its name is Overture, Boom Overture. Okay, it is from the Boom Supersonic company. So the name of the aircraft is Overture. So you must remember it is called Overture. Okay, and how many passengers will be traveling? 65 to 88 passengers. 65 to 88. Okay, and then coming to the sound speed. What is the sound speed? 343 meters per second. So this is what the speed of the sound, and the aircraft is going to go with the speed more than that of the sound speed. Okay, and especially this the very speciality of this particular Overture, Boom Overture aircraft is, it is going to be net zero. It is going to be net zero, where it is going to use biofuels and also synthetic kerosene, which is going to be very much climate friendly. Okay, so in this way it is very, very special. Coming to, of course, I just skipped this particular thing, aspirational district program. So it was launched in the January month of 2018. Okay, it is anchored by Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is the nodal agency as far as this particular aspirational district program is concerned. And coming to next important current affair, United Nations Security Council had endorsed this particular Secretary General. The current Secretary General, what is his name? Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres. United Nations Security Council is very powerful organization. It would recommend the name for the United Nations Organization Secretary post. Okay. According to the UN Charter, of course, other states of the United Nations General Assembly can also name a particular person, but this UNSC will be having the veto power in order to completely eliminate the particular nominee from the list. So that's why usually UNSC's recommendations will be followed in a stricter sense. Okay, so he will be appointed. He got reappointed in the second term. So that is from Jan 1st, 2022 to 31st December 2026. This is what the duration in which he is going to hold the second term. Okay, and United Nations General Assembly is having 193 nations. Okay, and of course the P5 countries are playing very important role in the appointment of the Secretary General for the United Nations organization. And coming to the next important current affair, 20 reforms in the 2020. It is the e-book which is published by Ministry of Defense. It explains the 20 reforms that have been taken up in the year 2020 by the Ministry of Defense. For example, the issues like very important landmark issues like Chief of the Defense Staff was appointed, Department of Military Affairs was appointed, to which this particular CDC is acting as a secretary, and Stree Shakti was launched in the armed forces. This is a scheme, and increasing the defense exports. Defense exports got increased in the recent times. And coming to modernization of the defense equipment. In this way, there are 20 reforms that have been taken place in the year 2020. So this ebook would explain all these reforms. The Minister of Defense had launched this particular book. Okay. Then next important thing, IIT Madras hosted the first workshop on the memory studies. So this precedes the official launch of the Indian Network for Memory Studies, and it will be under the aegis of International Memory Studies Association. So this is the particular program which tries to focus more research on the memory studies. Okay, and Indian Network for Memory Studies, which is going to be launched in the mid-June of 2021. In coming just in few days, it is going to be launched. Okay, then coming to India's membership in the United Nations Economic and Social Council for the term of 2022 to 2024. So India, along with the 17 other countries, got elected, and India is going to hold a 3-year term. And of course, in United Nations Economic and Social Council is one of the important organ of 6 major organs. Like what are the 6 major organs? United Nations Security Council, United Nations Economic and Social Council. Of course, this is okay. And Trusteeship Council, and International Court of Justice, as well as the United Nations General Assembly. Okay, these are the important organs. Okay, and what is the maximum strength of this United Nations Economic and Social Council? It is 54 members. Okay, so this is what the basic information about United Nations Economic and Social Council. Okay, and so these are the important current affairs for today. So let us meet for tomorrow. Thank you so much.